E-money program helping the youth of this nation. Keep moving. We voting NNP again. NNP have a plan to develop this nation. Keep voting. Green. Keep voting. We voting NNP again. Grenada standing strong. With the little black man. We voting. Green. Keep voting. We voting NNP again. If it's not broken, we don't change it, nothing. They had the chance, they didn't do a thing. No. Now they come begging you for
The quality of the team we have put together for this current general elections is one of my proudest achievements. This Dream 15 is made up of achievers and successful people. The quality of the team we have put together for this current general elections is one of my proudest achievements. This Dream 15 is made up of achievers and successful people and of members with a genuine grounding in their communities and inspired by the love they have for people. These are what set this team apart from the so-called alternative. Ours is one of continuity and renewal and built with a determination to expand opportunities for youth and women. If elections are about choices, which they are, then the choice this election is clearer than in any previous poll. Love wins every time. Care wins every time. Competence wins every time. Performance beats old talk every time.
And all you vote, let us bury Nazim. 5 years ago, we made a change because the country needed to be rearranged. When the sea got in power, the country didn't walk to them. Walk. Right now, Grenada on fire. Everybody start to perspire. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. 840 million. Let's stop with just on the island. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. NDC beg and beg for a blind. Tell the people I set a lie. When the people give them a try, they support.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, we're right here 13 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock on the Spice Island of Grenada. Yes, and we say a special good morning to those of you joining us on the live this morning. Hope that you all are having a fabulous morning this morning, wherever you are. And yes, indeed. Hey, yeah, to our Carriacou family. Yeah. I wonder, man. Yeah, I think Juve should still be going on in Carriacou right now.
I think Juve might just ended up winding up.
No, I wonder if it's winding up or winding down or winding
down.
across or some kind of wind taking place. I understand.
But it's Juve morning in Carriacou.
Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've got their carnival celebrations going on right now. But you always say that Carriacou Carnival, even being at the same time, has its own niche because it's a peaceful place to go.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about ISIS as they have to worry about in Trinidad right now. The U.S. military conduct operations in Trinidad over the past week, having to arrest various people who came back from Syria and all this kind of thing. Yeah, Carriacou's not like that. We don't have to worry about no ISIS and this and that and all kind of thing. The only ice you have to worry about is the one in them cooler and them with the drinks. Yeah, so that is the one. If you want the ice by your sister, yeah, that is the only kind of ice you go worry about in Carriacou. But Carriacou was, you know,
The ice Chris and them doing right now. Morning, Chris. London.
Yeah, it's freezing over there, isn't it? It's freezing. Is it snowing, bloke?
hey, bloke. Hey, man. I'm
good eye, bloke. Is it snowing in your neck of the woods?
What's up? What's up with that, bro? New York, good morning.
Yes,
How's
man.
the weather this morning?
And let's say a special good morning to Team NNP. Hey, watch. We started in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Good morning to you, Kendra, Matthew, and Stuart.
Yeah.
And then let me come down to St. Patrick. Hit the two St. Patricks for me.
Hey, good morning to you, Anthony Boswin, St. Patrick's West, and in St. Patrick's East, Pamela Moses.
All right, I'll hit the West Coast and then Devon go come back in St. John, in St. Andrews. So in St. Mark, the lioness herself, yes, the Honorable Clarice Modest, and then in St. John, a man grown up on fish oil, a son of the soil, Mr. Alvin Dabrio, yeah.
And the big parish, the big four.
Yeah, man.
Team
Big
women
four.
in St. Andrews. We started in the north, yet it's Keita Lewis.
Yeah, take the whole of St. Andrew. You could go do the whole of St.
morning.
Andrew. I'll leave it St. Andrew for you.
Good morning to, yes, Miss Delma Thomas. Good morning. That's it. St. Andrews Northwest,
Mhm.
and St. George, St. Andrews Southeast. Semblin Pier, good morning to you. And not forgetting the senior of all of them, the Honorable Yulan Bean Hosford in Southwest St. Andrews.
Let me say something about the Honorable Yolande being Hosford, eh? That lady have a way she does dress. And it's just so classy. No, it's just like
Young girl, you know.
I look at, and she just has this way of dressing, from the handbags to the hats to the outfit, and it's just
She
so
has spunk.
classy.
She has
Just
spunk.
love to see when she, she's always so well put together. Yeah.
Hey, you just
I know her husband in backward too, eh?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
remember too, this woman is basically a floral arranger, right? She takes care of flowers and designs and that type of thing. So look at her dress code. That speaks for itself, Hey, and we move to St. David's. Yes, Honorable Oliver Joseph.
Yeah, man.
Good morning to you, sir.
And let's come down to the town.
Yeah.
In the town of St. George, you have the man all of them afraid. They afraid Peter. They afraid Peter. They afraid
Why they afraid Peter,
afraid Peter. So we have Peter David.
Peter
Hey,
David.
in St. George Northeast, we have
Tobias Clements.
Yeah, man. That man
Yeah.
cover all islands, because he cover
Man.
Petit Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada,
And this man is
Mind
so
me and myself.
this man is so powerful, that he's having the leader of the other party shaking and quaking. Friday night I going up, you have a meeting in Vandom, boy. A show. I couldn't conk nobody because I know what's going on. I only hear music playing and I see people walking, going up. Nobody under the tent. I was like, that is not.
Maybe that was under the 11th if there wasn't under the
Well,
10th.
yeah, I feel under the 11th.
That was probably under
Either
the
under the 11th or under the weather.
But let's go down to the south.
Yes.
In the south, we have the Honorable Nicholas Steele.
Yeah.
And in St. George Southeast, who we have?
We have, man.
Give us the man.
We
Give
want
us the gray hair
Greg.
man, we say.
We
Give us the
want
same
Greg.
man. We want the gray hair man, we say.
Gregory Bowen, good morning to you, sir.
And then we can't forget the boss.
Well,
The boss himself.
the king
In St.
himself.
George Northwest, Devon, take it away.
The Honorable Dr. The Right Keith Claudius Mitchell.
Yes, indeed.
The team leader, the one who has led that foundation for the present NNP today. The man who has held that team from since 1990, as leader of that political organization up to this present day. Yes, Dr. Mitchell, St. George's Northwest.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so I hope you all turn out to work and thing this morning, because the amount of you all I see jigging and dancing and thing last night. We have a country to build, so the next morning after these rallies, we get up and go to work. I think somebody been trying to call for the longest while. Let's see what probably they want to make a contribution on something.
Yes.
So let's see.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, morning.
Good morning.
Morning. You're live. Go right ahead, caller.
Right, extending sympathy greetings to Mr. Becker's and family who passed away last week.
Yeah. Okay.
You heard me?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, okay, no problem, my brother.
Yeah.
All right, great.
So,
All right. Yeah, let me lead the sympathy and them kind of. I still can't understand the concept of sympathy greetings. Yeah, I can't understand the concept. Yeah, all right. Let's go to the phone line again.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Yes, morning caller. Go right ahead.
Devon and Sheldon, how are you going?
Great man.
Nice. Yeah, that was youth last night, boy. That wasn't a youth night. You see old youth and young youth. You see mixture of the two. Yeah?
I find I see more young people than anything, man. Of course, you'll always have the elder folks who would always come out to support. But
Yeah.
that was a youth crowd.
Yeah, man, but it was good. It was good. Rampart, as usual. You know.
And the message came across. The messages that were put forward from the platform were very what do you call it, poignant? Yeah. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Y'all forget to call one name, yeah, Mr. Oliver Joseph.
No, he did.
No, he did.
You did?
Yes, he did.
I
As soon as he
didn't get
finished
that.
in
That's
Andrew, he
what-
called Oliver Joseph.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, my brother.
All right. Now, one thing we ain't going to do, we ain't forgetting.
So, man, you don't want me to pass through St. David's to go home.
Felix and them blocking here, no, brother.
Hey.
Felix and them blocking you can't go nowhere.
Hey, and you know, a wonderful morning to all the workers in the different parliamentary offices, right around different offices of the candidates of the NNP. Good morning to you. And you guys continue to do the good work and to spearhead, yes, the whole operations leading up to March 13th. Understand? Don't worry, you know, on the 12th, when we give that command, we move tonight. You understand? We got to be ready, you know.
And let's remember, March the 13th, this time around, is an opportunity for us to unite our nation. Because we have to understand that there are some folks out there who may have a negative perception of that particular day.
Oh, yes.
Not everybody is so enthusiastic about the revolution.
A lot of persons are not.
But it's an opportunity to reconcile, because within the New National Party, you have people who were part of the GULP, you have people who were part of the GNP, you have people who were part of the NJM, you have people who were part of none of those organizations. And it shows that the New National Party is the home for you, whether you were old Garyite or you were old NJM, whether you were a revolutionary or whether you were a political prisoner, whatever you were, that the New National Party is the party of unity, where we can bring everybody together. So that particular day is going to be a day when we can reconcile all of the various forces that had been opposing over a period of time. And it's a perfect opportunity for them to reconcile so that we can now have all the former revolutionaries. And I don't really know if it has such a thing as a former revolutionary. If you're a revolutionary, you're a revolutionary. I think I know such thing as a former Garyite. If you're a Garyite, you're a Garyite. You understand? So to have all of these coming together, I think it's the perfect opportunity. Yeah? And with a party that cares. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning, brother Devon. Good morning, brother Sheldon.
Yes, my friend.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you going this morning, man?
Quite fine.
Good, man. You know, I don't have much credit. It's just an observation. This morning, I'm traveling down to Las Vegas, I reach as far as the Chinese place there. I noticed all Brother Oliver posters and stuff like that thrown down. I mean, I don't understand why they choose to do that. I mean, that looking good at all. Okay, so I like the persons who turn down Brother Oliver posters. Please refrain from doing that. Okay?
Okay.
Bye. Have a nice
Problem, brother.
I wonder if Ali Dowden was in that area last night.
I know if
Ali Dowden was in that area last night?
I
I'm
want
just asking a question. Ali Dowden, were you in that area last night?
And the other one that I'd like to stand up and watch people tear down poster.
I wonder if them was in that area last night. Listen, let's try to keep the election campaign nice and decent. I don't see the need for us to have to go through this kind of thing about tearing down posters. NNPites, don't tear down anybody posters. NDCites, don't tear down people posters. Let's just avoid that. It's nonsensical, it's stupid, it's brutish. There's no need for it. Good morning.
Morning, how are you doing?
Quite fine.
Sheldon?
Yes, sir. You're live.
You know, I was in the board pitch yesterday. I was in Tempe, you know. And what I was looking for, Sheldon, this morning, I don't live too far from there. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And I go back there this morning to see if the plane ground is full of a condom. You understand? But I couldn't see not even one condom I could see. And then because I say, well, this time they can't take 4 days to pick it up. They will have to take 6 days to pick it up. You understand? Because the crowd was there last night. It's at 6 and 7 days with a full pasture workers to clean up there, you know. All the condoms, you know. You remember the nice lady said so? What they are morning for? You understand? They take 4 days to pick up condom in for. Because you must say, yo, look at that. You understand?
Yeah.
So I was looking for that crowd last night to see more condom this morning. But didn't see any. You understand?
Man, very
so
interesting.
I wanted to go and get her to come and pick it up, but I can't find her.
She disappear.
Yeah, so all of them, Sheldon, what's happening, man? We're strong and we're there, we're working. And we're there and we're taking care of notice. We're really taking care of Mr. Tobias Clement. And definitely, we don't know frightened. Because I know all for one and all for all before. My man there who go last night on the NDC speak. He was always a cook, and we used to say so before because we was the kind on the ground.
Well, let's just be careful how we say crooked, because next thing they want to sue us. So we have to be careful.
I didn't call name, I didn't call name, I said my man.
Well, truly, yeah, you didn't call name and shoot. So
you
anyway.
So, and I said we said definitely he was a cook before. You understand? So who know the crap straight like the jolly string, because they will know who is them. You understand? So the thing about it, we don't frighten. We don't worry about he. Because I know somebody who definitely strong with us. And she used to do a lot of campaigning for him. And last night when she came over and tell me, look, this is the person that go over there. You understand? Well, she going to take a real turn because she knows what she's doing. She says she vexed you. If she going to see the man last night, she should have eat him. I telling you.
Nah, I don't think we had to go in that direction, man.
Mad. You understand?
We don't have to go that direction. What I'm going to say is this, my brother.
Take it easy, man.
Okay.
And you know what? Tell Vanna say hello, man. Tell Vanna she knows speaking.
Yeah,
tell him.
Man. I mean,
all your Tempe, man, all you.
I mean, even know. But
tell Vanna, yeah, man. So, don't take it easy. We okay?
All right, you take care, boss. All right.
Yeah, Vaughn. They want to much nickname me, huh, man?
well, Vaughn is just a short way, and that's what from
Devon.
Tempe, yeah. And so most people know me as Vaughn in Tempe. Yeah, Calis, but
I would ask you how you get the other nickname, but that's okay.
Football.
That story is not for radio. That one, we go leave that one alone.
Rafael, good morning, my brother.
Let me ask this one, Devon. Over the weekend, I spent some time reviewing audio, reviewing video, listening to some stuff. You know, I like to do research. And so over the weekend, I just didn't get an opportunity to call you to check on that particular one. But civil society held a meeting, I believe it would have been Thursday or Friday. They held a meeting where they spoke about various issues in relation to the Grenada election. I listened to the audio. And I can't say, maybe at that point in time, my attention lapsed, but I can't say that they even mentioned anything about what the NDC is planning to do on election day.
Oh, really?
Not a single word mentioned about that. I can't even remember them speaking about some of the activities that are taking place by some political groups where they're pulling down people's posters and that sort of thing. Again, it's something that the New National Party does not agree with, would not agree with, and would never encourage. But pulling down the posters and the banners of another side and that sort of thing, it's just sort of, in my view, very stupid behavior to be doing. I don't care which side is doing it. To me, it's stupid. It does nothing.
Leave them alone.
Yeah.
God.
It does nothing, because at the end of the day, the posters are not the ones that are going to vote.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the posters are not the ones that are going into the polling station on election day. So it makes no sense to me to be pulling down posters and that sort of thing.
And I see McGill people in town trying hard, only putting all her posters over Peter David's poster. What does
it's so
that
childish. It's just childish. In my view, it's just childish.
It is childish. It makes no sense.
That's how I see it. I see it as just extremely childish, and I see no reason for people to be doing that sort of thing. But again, Devon, civil society, I believe, not civil society, let me correct that, not civil society, but that grouping that calls themselves the Watchdog body for the election campaign or whatever they're calling themselves. I think they need to take a reality check, because it cannot be a situation where you have heard what we have played on this program. Yeah, what we have played on this program. It can't be a situation that you have heard that and that you hold a whole press conference and just choose to ignore it. Why is it? If it was the NNP, if that was some audio of an NNP meeting with the new National Party saying that we are going to disrupt election day proceedings, slow down the process, that if it was the NNP that had brought an advisor here into Grenada, that same Judy Williams would have been on radio spitting fire, would have been calling press conference and asking for resignations and all sorts of nonsense. But it's NDC. So all of a sudden, they ain't hearing it. They know about it.
And it's been out more than a week now.
I think if they had any sort of moral grounds to set themselves up as the overseers of the general election, I think that they lost it last week by blatantly disregarding that particular issue. If they had any moral standing.
I mean, a situation like that.
I don't think they had any, but if they had any moral standing.
You have an audio, I mean, which went viral, letting you know, right? The conversation that was said within a meeting of NDC, right? Planning to sabotage the March 13th election. It was clear. And not one mention of it. But then, hey.
And these are the same people that want to say NNP ain't come and sign this and NNP ain't come and sign that and all kind of thing. Instead, and it's a veiled attempt to tell young people don't send your children or don't allow your youth to go to the NNP function that took place yesterday. That is what came out there. When they come and they make that sort, because it's not a truthful statement, but they come and they make that sort of statement. And I'm calling out on it. It's not a truthful statement. It's not. Yeah? It was not a truthful statement. But they come out and they make those statements. And so the parent might say, okay, I was going to allow them to go. But you hear that kind of thing that does take place in them thing, I ain't letting them go. Exactly. That was the intent. In my view, that was the intent.
It was deliberate.
It was, it was deliberate. The statement was made deliberately. But how do you totally ignore the fact that the General Secretary of the NDC has been caught stating that it is important for them to slow down the process in certain boxes on election day so that the NDC would benefit? How do you defend that?
And he's saying that is right. The General Secretary is saying that is right. It's not wrong to do that. I mean, so you see the type of things that they are using or they intend to use, right, to create chaos within our country, right? Make no mistake, some of these guys are capable of doing just that, right? Based on their utterance, right, and their past. We must make no mistake of what these guys are capable of doing. I mean, if it was not, if that audio didn't come out, we would not have an idea what these guys are planning. But you know what? The God ain't sleeping, you know. God ain't sleeping at all. The Grenadian people are enjoying one of the most peaceful and productive time in the history, right? And the people of Grenada will do nothing to disrupt that. Nothing to disrupt that. So all you go ahead and try to sabotage the election for some political means, and you will find out the people will deal with you.
Exactly. The people definitely will be dealing with you. Yeah. And the phone number 440-7377
and 347-329-3101.
Yeah, I've been fighting up here to try and get back onto the live. Yeah. Wilma, good morning. Hannah, Natalia, Jasmine, you call up Rifle already. Yes. Bigger. What you seeing, Father? Dali, good morning to you. To Neil, Leslie Kendon, seeing and the other Sandra Mavis. Yes, Stephen. Good morning to each and every one of you. I believe that watchdog body, and let's separate them. It's not civil society. It's a group of people that just decide there's no legal basis for the grouping, no legal basis. There is not a law in effect in the state of Grenada that gives them any power or any authority over any election process. None. No law. Not under the Electoral Act, not under the Constitution or any other act. No legal basis for their operation.
Mouthpieces.
But yet still they come and they're trying to tell people you have to sign this and you have to sign that. Here it is. You ain't hearing that is what people planning. You ain't hearing that is what people trying. By the way, or second part, you're actually hearing their voices saying that. That's what you have. Yeah. You lose that call.
Yeah. I mean, and there is no denying who the voice is. I mean, Grenadians know
who it is.
Who the voice are.
Yeah, and don't worry, we have more voices too.
Yeah, a lot more. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Morning.
I haven't listened for a few days, maybe over a week. I heard something about some tip, some audio. I don't know if you could play that today so I could get to hear it. Because
sometime we
yesterday George ran that brain because most of the time you see Grenada going to have steep issues and slope and you're always saying. So I thought either highlight that same thing what are talking about. I thought either highlight it and usually George gonna go say, you know, one negative thing. You have to bring, but I wonder why he don't highlight those things. They mention nothing concern that. So that I was listening to hear he mentioned something about that allegation and whatever going on in some tape. He mentioned not only one word. So I would like to see because I didn't get to listen. I didn't get a chance. So today I listen, so I'm here. So take care.
All right, my brother.
All right, my brother. Have a good morning.
Yeah, we definitely will play it today again. We'll play it again today because it's important that you hear exactly what we're saying. Good morning, Mrs. Hood. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, good morning to you. Hope you're having a wonderful morning this morning. Yeah.
And good morning to the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force. All of you, good morning. Different branches and so on, sections of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
We have to remember something too. While I believe that by and large, the civil society grouping is not only a group of individuals that actually care about Grenada. They do care about Grenada.
Yeah, they do.
They care about the environment. They care about Grenada. They care about the well-being of our nation's people. But that doesn't mean that all of them have the same agenda. I believe within the grouping, there may be individuals that have their specific agendas.
Of course.
And to counteract that, those that do not have an agenda within that grouping need to speak out when things like this happen.
Yep.
So you cannot and should not and ought not to have a situation where this sort of revelation has been made and they've decided to bury their head in the sand.
Yeah, and say nothing.
I wonder if that organization having press conference this morning, boy. I wonder if they're having press conference this morning. Yeah, people must go and ask them some questions.
Some serious questions.
There are more questions than answers.
As to why that you guys are planning to sabotage the election, 2018 election, March 13. Why? What is going on in you guys' head?
Desperation.
Are you afraid?
Let's go to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, my dear. You're live. Go right ahead.
Sheldon.
Hi, morning.
Good morning, you and Devon.
Yes, my good
Sheldon,
morning.
that you friend in Sentinel.
I just because the voice.
Sentinel. How is you, boy?
David dear. It's great hearing from you.
Yes, I did.
Well, I'm coming up your way Sunday.
You coming up by my area Sunday?
Yes, we're coming up that side Sunday. I'm looking for you, eh?
I want to tell my Prime Minister good morning and morning to Mr. Bosun.
All right.
Yes, Sheldon. I'm ready, you know, Sheldon. I'm ready.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
All right, below.
All right, take care.
That's my good friend Chantimel. Yes, good morning. Yeah, special good morning to all the listeners who are joining us in St. Patrick.
Yes, St. Patrick.
Yeah,
via Real FM.
Yeah.
91.9, 91.5. Good morning to all of you. Auntie Ruth. Yeah.
Auntie Ruth.
Shashay.
Auntie Ruth, call us. Nice. Call us Auntie Ruth. Nice. Yeah, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around that one. Maybe I need to spend some time and listen to the entire thing again. maybe I missed it. But I can't say that we got any sort of thing off of that. I didn't hear any. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What? Auntie Ruth, morning.
Morning.
Morning, my darling.
Oh, you keep it.
What going on?
Well, we want to know from you. We didn't hear from you in a while. I mean, under the circumstances, we want to know how you're doing.
Morning.
Listen to us on the phone, Auntie Ruth.
You good?
Yes. Listen to us on the phone. Yeah,
I'm just there.
All right, that's good.
No, pay attention to us on the phone, Auntie Ruth.
Hello.
Okay, Auntie Ruth, you're going to call us back. Take off the volume on the radio in the background. And give us a call back. We'll give you all the specific location and all the other information regarding Sunday's activity, hopefully before the end of the program. Yeah. I didn't walk at my list this morning of what meetings may be taking place today.
Well, before I forget, in terms of meetings and constituency, I have just some information. St. Andrews Northeast constituency, Senator Kate Lewis. The meeting today by the cemetery in Tivoli has been postponed, right? Has been rescheduled. Information, perhaps tomorrow or so, we will get more information and let you know of a new schedule of meetings and so for that constituency, right? Kate Lewis constituency, St. Andrews Northeast. All right, please take note.
Let's go back to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Sheldon.
Hi, morning.
Devon.
Yes, boss. Good morning.
Daddy White Chopman. You know, one of the good things, every time I meet your program on the air, when I go home, I always get it on the G-box. You hear me?
Yeah, but I had to see this jukebox you're talking about today. I had to see this thing, man.
Pardon me?
I had to see the jukebox.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I go and put it on the G-box and I'll tweet and talk with it and I do not.
Nice.
Yes. I wish you had everyone the G-box could everything to.
Nice, beautiful.
Yeah. All right, boss.
All right. Take care. Have a good morning.
Yes, indeed. Hey, Miss Bernice up there in Richmond Hill, good morning to you. Good morning to Miss Clytie Pierre. Mammy George, good morning to you. Miss Noriega, special glorious Grenadian, good morning to you as well. We hope all of you are having a fabulous morning this morning.
And all people in Birch Grove, especially the senior citizens. You know, I always have that urge for my elderly folks, and so because of the respect that they show to all of us, especially this program, and so hey, good morning to the nurses.
Devon, I'm trying here, but I don't know what's up with my phone this morning. I'm trying to connect to my WhatsApp, and it is giving me extreme problems this morning. Oh, and it seems as though, sorry about that, callers. The line engaged. Let's try the phone line again.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Hi, Auntie Ruth.
I got tied up and twisted up, man.
Oh, gosh.
I was listening you on the radio.
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
And I just couldn't make my point. How things?
Oh, we there.
A day.
You're there?
Yeah. And how are you doing?
Yeah, well, I'm there too.
Okay.
By the grace of God.
Wonderful.
I had this surgery and I'm back home now.
Okay.
Great.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful news.
Yes.
Yeah, today's 15 days.
All right.
And I just can't do anything because doctor told me I'm not supposed to be moving around and doing anything. So I have to stay very quiet.
Just relax.
I can't do anything hard. I can't raise. I can't lift. I can't do anything.
And you don't need to lift nothing and raise nothing now, you know.
I have to depend on my people to do for me. I'm making a little get up and sit in the veranda and make a little walk around the house, but I can't do anything hard. I can't do anything much, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I have to obey.
Yes, you have to listen and do what they say.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, but we hope everything is... Where my partner, you going up, Caraco?
Who it is?
Your grandson.
Oh, a few days I haven't seen him, you know.
I'm sure it's Carriacou.
Probably in Carriacou in truth. Because since I came from the hospital, I think maybe once or twice I saw him and I haven't seen him again.
Yeah, that means he's gone to Carriacou.
Brendan Blazer shopping like a razor.
Although I should have been looking for your feed right now, I'm sure that he's streaming from Carriacou.
Yes,
all right, thank you. But we do hope that you have a wonderful day today.
Yes, thank you very much. And thanks because I saw you at the sad moment, you know.
Yeah, you know we had to come. You know
yes,
we had to come.
Yes.
You know
Devil?
Yes.
What's it?
A day.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I couldn't come on that day, but I was, I make sure
he was there still.
Brenda and the family was there.
I saw the other half. The other half was with me. So
most definitely.
Yes, my dear.
Yes, All right, Auntie Ruth. So, hey, you keep good and always give us a call. Let us know what's going on with you.
Yes, keep us in touch.
Well, somebody told me, and I listened and I hear everybody note my name and say, call you. So I said, well, let me give you a little call.
Because we want to know what's going on with you. We want to hear your voice. I want to know that you are right.
That's Auntie Ruth. We must make sure that you're okay.
Of course.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
so
I'm there.
Yeah, so you enjoy the rest of your day today.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Auntie Ruth. Take care.
Let me also say a special good morning to Baker, man.
Yeah, Baker. Oh, I didn't see Baker yesterday.
Strange. Yesterday, I didn't see Cammy yesterday.
I didn't see Cammy, I didn't see Baker.
Cammy, maybe say that young people think she's going in.
She ain't coming.
Cammy, but you're a youth.
Yeah, Cammy, 61.
Cammy's a youth, you know?
61 years, flip it, and you're getting 16.
Yeah.
Turn on the next side, I 16.
You are youth.
Hey.
And when you put on them short pants and you get them bam bam.
You understand?
And you see she go up in Grenville by she friend and you see she do up that hair and that hair twist up so. And she throw on that makeup and she hit out. Bam bam,
Cammy Teresa Scott, good morning to
morning to you, Cammy.
And good morning to all the busmen of our country. All right, the drivers and conductors. Wherever you are plying the routes, good morning to you.
Yeah, wherever you are, we say a special good morning to you. We hope everything is going your way, everything nice, everything cool. Time to drag the Marco bench.
Yes.
Right. We drag the Marco bench. And for those of you that don't know what the Marco bench is, in every village, there's them bamboo bench where people just sit on and mind people business. Or there's have a little stool inside the veranda or inside the house that does come and take and put outside the house to see everybody where they pass in and bad talk everybody and mind everybody business. Right. So we just pull the Marco bench, right? Yeah. We pull our Marco bench and we put it outside. Nice. Good. Devon.
Peeping.
Boy, we said that is who was going to the rally day on Sunday. Yeah. That was no revelation.
No big to that biggie as if we knew. We said it.
We said it.
We said
it was the brother of an executive member of the NDC.
Yeah, the brother of the chairman of NDC.
Yeah, because what they did is that they put out the information in a way, because they know they were going to send David, they put it out in a way to try to create confusion. Exactly. They wanted NNPites to attack Devon Roche. They wanted NNPites to go and start to curse Devon and tell Devon, because here's what they said. They said a former senator, a former candidate, and former executive member of the New National Party. Only two people fall into that. Only two. Devon Roche and Kennedy Roberts. Yeah, so we knew instantly it wasn't Devon Roche, but it was Kennedy Roberts. Yeah, I could tell you it's not Devon Roche. No, for a fact it wasn't going to be him. But we knew that it would have been Kennedy Roberts. And so it's no surprise, it's no shock, it's no revelation. Yeah? I see certain people telling him congratulations and things this morning. Yeah. Let me play something for them.
Nas better watch it.
Let me play something for them.
Yeah. Kennedy Roberts is not trusted. He can't be trusted. And there is no trust with Kennedy Roberts in the party. Persons within the party do not trust the individual. They might be afraid to say it because they might end up like me, where I would lose my job or they would lose their job, and there would be a move to spoil that individual's reputation and career. But as it stands now, he's not trusted within the party.
He says, as it stands now, there is division.
But it's not me that say I can't trust him.
Is my man that say that, not me?
I don't call certain people name, and usually I don't play audio from certain people on the program.
But
this
necessary.
goes back to 2007.
Yeah.
2007. Yeah.
It was necessary to clear the air.
But it's not we say that.
Look at the man. You see the man who's saying it.
That is the main NDC mouthpiece that's saying that. That is not.
It's
not Sheldon and Devon that's saying that.
And he's comfortable in saying it.
That's I don't know. Maybe I wonder if he go have a money program.
Well,
I wonder if he go bring the person that can't be trusted onto the program.
Onto the program.
At least he was talking truth for once.
That's trustworthy.
At least he was talking truth for once.
He was definitely talking truth.
Yeah.
But the whole thing and all of that, Naz, boy, you better watch it, The brothers connection, Remember, the chairman of the party and the quote-unquote, your main speaker yesterday, right? His brothers, And remember, he eyeing your seat, So I know where you're going.
You're throwing NDC in the garbage can.
The brothers connection.
We have a
big
caller.
Brother and small brother. Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How do you do, Sheldon?
Quite fine.
And Depon.
Good day, my
Okay,
brother.
I don't know if anybody would have called before, but I'm just calling to inform the public that tomorrow evening, right, there will be a joint meeting between St. Patrick's East and West, or West and East, with candidates Anthony Boson and Pamela Moses. And that meeting will be at Hermitage. We are trying to finalize the exact location, but that meeting would be 6:30 tomorrow evening at Hermitage. So we are inviting one and all to come out and listen to the message from candidate MP Boson and candidate Pamela Moses for the East. So as I said, it's a joint meeting between East and West and East. And last Thursday we had that meeting at Redmud Junction. And I can tell you that it was a very successful meeting. The people of Redmud is not that big area, not that big PD. But the people came out and the message was well received. And of course, Anthony Boson was supported by Pamela Moses, Clarice Modest, and other speakers. And he had a very, very successful meeting. Right? And I'm very confident, and I want to say that publicly, that even if we cannot take things for granted, I think we're in very good state, we're in very good standing. We are going very well, we are strong, but we just need to continue what we are doing. And my concern, and to me what is critical at this point, is for us to maintain our contact with our people and keep them feeling as we continue moving on. So this is what I want to say at this point. So again, to the general public and especially to the people of Hermitage and surrounding areas, right, we want you to come out and listen to the message of Anthony Boson and Pamela Moses as they unveil the plans for the continuation of the development of St. Patrick's East and West as we keep moving on. Thank you.
All right,
my brother. Have a good morning.
440-7377. So that meeting taking place tomorrow, joint meeting?
Joint meeting.
Yes, taking place tomorrow. Hey, and they had a wonderful meeting in Laborie on Saturday night. There was another nice one by Musevi Shop. That's down in South St. George, right across from the Silver Sands there. There was a nice one there on Saturday as well. Also, I know there was a big one up in Upper St. John. That's Skeeter. She had a nice meeting up there in Upper St. John on the weekend as well. Yeah, so it's not just Sunday. It's every day.
Every day until March 13th.
We can't sit down.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm afraid of. Something about NDC.
Good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, my friend.
Sheldon and Devon, tomorrow evening at 7 p.m., Honorable Dr. Kit Mitchell will be having a meeting in front of the mall, in front of Jalayan Shop. Right? There will be other speaker there who will address the people in the surrounding area. So I ask them to come out and listen to the plans that Dr. Mitchell has for the future of the constituency. Right? because this meeting will be, the Prime Minister will be highlighting the people of the plans that he has for the future to take the constituency forward and Grenada. And Brother Sheldon, I want to say the meeting in the Bay was a successful meeting. A lot of people turned out to that meeting. Alright? I want to say thanks to the people in the Songhay that came out to the meeting to listen to the Prime Minister and the Parliamentary Rep for St. John Northwest. And Brother Sheldon, today is Miss Sandra Louisanne birthday, Sandra in Granville. So we're wishing a happy birthday and many more birthdays to come. And Brother Sheldon, I want to say, we're looking at two parties, NMP and NDC. NMP has a track record and a positive track record that's taking the country forward. Right? Because see, when you care and love people, I want to see the best for people because you have that love for people. But when you don't love people, right, and you love yourself, you don't care about yourself. Right? But NMP is the party that concerns about the youth, they concern about the elders, they concern about every class of people in Grenada. Right? And is the one that love and cherish and cares about them. I want to say to the Grenadian people, support NMP because the NMP is the party that love them, that cares about them, and not a party that only talk, where they demonstrate a care. They walk the walk. Not other parties, they say things, but when they get an opportunity to perform, they can't perform. Right? They only talkers and no action. Brother Sheldon, and everyone say you all have a wonderful day. God bless you all.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. 440-7377
and 347-329-3101.
Yeah, let's do tell me what we're going to I want to see.
I want to say a special good morning to two families having their reunion as from Wednesday for 1 week. The Romain Francis family, normally they based in Victoria. And most of them are in foreign, but they're having their reunion this week here in Grenada. So hey, good morning to all of you guys who are here from England, who are here from Canada, America. Hey, wish you all the best.
All right. And let's say special good morning to you, Frederick. Yeah, you have joined us and you're watching on the live. Folks on the live, remember to like and share the video. Like and share the video. So that everybody could get to see it. You understand? Yeah, some people are talking. You understand? Let me just we have a caller.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, my dear.
I'm trying to reach to Hard Talk.
You're live.
You're live on Hard Talk.
I'm live.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, it's my first time calling your program.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Go right ahead. Thank you.
And when listening to what's going on, we know we are in an election move now. And I am hearing that this thing about pulling down placards, this thing to me seems ancient, barbaric, and it is so, it's not good to hear.
Exactly.
I am shocked to know that we are people that reach so far, has got such a long way to be doing these things. I thought, in the time that you hear about GULP and NNP pulling down, this thing is of the past. I thought we had gone over that. This is not nice. We are civilized people now. And another thing is, I was in St. George's, but when I came, I was fortunate to hear Mr. Humphrey. And I was so enlightened. I heard so much thing that I was so happy to hear. And I just hope, some people will hear it, I hope I don't know if we'll find the time that this thing could be played again. I know it was on 4 o'clock the afternoon and what other station, but I had to tell other people about it,
Yeah.
I was really, really impressed. So what I heard.
We will rebroadcast it again. A lot of individuals have been asking for a rebroadcast.
Yes,
we definitely will rebroadcast it this week again.
People have to know. Let the people know what is going on and what took place. You understand? Because some people still wouldn't know. But as I said, I heard certain things. Remarks have been made, but let the public know, and it's only so we can keep moving.
All right.
So, have a blessed day.
Same to you, my dear. Have a wonderful one.
Yes.
All right. Yes, indeed. Keep moving.
You know what is really significant about Senator Humphreys, I mean, his speech or his comments and so one thing that that stands out, and public workers, nurses, public workers and other workers who have negotiated with this government in the last couple of years, should be proud of yourself in terms of the benefits you are able to achieve. Over $100 million.
Mm-hmm. They have to tap themselves on the back.
They have to tap the negotiating skills.
Sister, what's her name? Rachel
Roberts.
And
my brother Grimes.
Yeah, they need to tap themselves
Andre Lewis, Senator Andre Lewis. And so you guys need to take a bow. And the workers, of Grenada who have benefited so much and is continuing to benefit in the next couple of months coming. And so should be proud of yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Proud.
Yes, indeed. 440-7377, 29 days away from election day. Wow. 29 days, yeah?
For March
in other
13th.
Words, election is right there.
Right there.
It's right there. 29 days away from general elections. All right? Folks, my advice, check the list. Make sure your name is there. Know your polling station. Yeah? Check the lists that are out right now. Know where your polling station is on election day. And if you've got the responsibility to get some of your family members and your friends and your workmates to their polling stations on election day, make sure that you verify where it is that they have to vote on election day.
Most important.
Don't find yourself, as a good friend of mine once, they had to vote in South St. George, but they went to Springs to cast their ballot, stood in the line for nearly an hour to cast their ballot, only to realize that their name was not on the list in Springs, it was actually down in Caliste. So they had to leave Springs, get transportation, and go down to Caliste to cast their ballot and stand up in a long line again. Yeah. Make sure that you know early where it is that you're going to vote on election day.
Because remember, they are planning to sabotage the election. So we are urging voters to know where you're voting. You have to be on time, how to do it, who to encourage, because we do not want to leave no loopholes, nothing unturned.
Let me sound like a revolutionary now. The greatest weapon against destabilization is education.
Education. So we are going to educate.
I sound like a revolutionary. I could have passed on a rally.
Of course you could have passed on a rally.
The greatest weapon against destabilization is education. And know what you have to do and how you have to do it.
Yes.
And there is no way they'll be able to get through with their plan to destabilize the process on election day.
We cannot afford to allow them to. Let us educate ourselves together. Let us know of the process. Let us know of our rights. Yeah. What we can and cannot do.
We've got a call on the line.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Morning. Okay, may have lost that one. Let's try the other line.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Devon and Sheldon.
Kiame.
Good morning. Hey, we dig you.
It's a beautiful day in Grenada today. Thank God for the breath of life.
Thank God.
Good morning to... Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
No, Sheldon, I hear you.
Yes, I didn't see you yesterday.
Good morning to everybody that's listening. Good morning to the Prime Minister and Mr. David. Good morning. And Tati and Matthew and everybody in Canada. So you all good?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Well, I'm tuning in and listening.
All right, darling.
Yes.
We did.
You know something that kind of bothered me today? When I hear Mr. Colin Peter traitor, and look at Mr. Robert. Mr. Robert, the one pot of food. Look at him. What do you call him? They call him Peter traitor. Because now the book, you call him Peter David traitor. This guy went down and eat pot of food. So he's not a traitor and he's a traitor too. And all you know, Mr. David was good to you all. And all you call him traitor. What am I going to say that you try to be fish? He has a platform now. And Mr. Buck, be nice. He told the guy to eat and drink in his mother's father's house. And tell you people, stop calling him traitor because you have a lot of work and executive. I understand that. Say good thing.
Tell them.
You understand?
Tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Watch. The thing that I want to tell you, put me I want to vote. I want to vote.
Don't worry, baby. Don't say it.
I will stop calling him a traitor.
Yes. Don't worry. They
have. What is a traitor too?
They have the time coming.
Because he won against you.
Hey.
He won against you and he got you platform.
Clever deputy say good morning.
Watch. I do watch. And the other lady that's running your mouth in tongue about people needy and greedy. Young lady, you have to stop that. Don't let me tell you. Watch, Lord Jesus, have a blessed day, Sheldon. And Devon.
We love you.
And Grenada, have a blessed day.
We love you. Don't bother.
Have a blessed day to y'all.
Yes.
Right. She better be careful because one will say so. She will want to get a paper.
Don't say it.
Be careful.
Don't say it.
Have a good day.
Depot say good morning and don't say nothing bad.
4407377. That's the number for you to get on to the inside of this morning program. Well, oh Lord, Depot morning. Dennis is saying, taking Grenada in 4 years from the abysmal slump in which we found ourselves between 2008 and 2000, and I know she wanted to write 13 there, to where we are now with the cooperation of the social partners and sacrifices of the Grenadians, has already made Grenada proud again. We are now regionally and internationally recognized and as an example to all. This is Doc's legacy. Just saying. Yeah? And that's true. Yeah? And I mean,
whether you like the gentleman as a leader or what, whether you don't like him, the facts is there.
Yeah.
It is there.
And you see, Depot says there is a story yet to be told. Nobody jumped. Nobody was wrestling Tillman for power. Nope. They knew what they were doing and calling seasoned senior individuals unruly brats. Disrespectful.
That. Very much so.
Yeah? Disrespectful.
Yeah. Who are you to just jump on board and calling people brats and needy and greedy? Huh?
Let me ask you a question. When you was in the 2003 campaign and the 2008 campaign, and you were out there in the battlefield and you were going house to house and house to house, these people who calling you brats and thing, where were they?
Heaven knows where they were.
Where were they? No, but that's, you see, that's the sort of thing. And it goes back to what Senator Humphrey was speaking about when he says that the NDC has become, for want of a better expression, the GNP.
It is.
And it's a group of people who feel that they are too good to be ruled by anybody else. That they have a social standing, a certain standing, and there are people are this and there are people are that, and they look down on everybody else. Yes. So every young person that went to the rally yesterday, they look down on them. They see them as stupid, they see them as needy, they see them as greedy. They say the most anything negative that they could throw at them, they would throw at them. Let's take this call.
Good morning and welcome.
Oh boy, they had time.
You see, they don't show the young people or tell the young people that they have value, right? That they are important, that they are the future. They don't encourage them and help educate them to be better men and women in the future. They are not doing that, but instead, they are maligning them. They are pulling them down. They call them all sorts of names, uneducated, because they support the NNP.
The New National Party made a decision that they would give a little something extra to Imani trainees who transportation allowance to some Imani trainees, not all, but to some, who were going to training outside of the area that they're living. For instance, if they're in St. Patrick and they're earning a stipend at the lowest grade, but their place of training is in St. George, that they would have received some assistance. The NDC talk bad about that. They run that down. In other words, let them suffer, let them walk.
Let them suffer.
You understand? And anything to benefit poor people, children, is always a problem with the NDC.
Either education, either housing,
you get them
health
bag is a problem.
Is a problem. You building a new wing for the hospital.
Is a problem.
Is a problem.
Anything to benefit poor people and poor people children in this country always seems to be a problem for the NDC.
Look at what they did. They gave away a whole 1,000 houses, right? That was given by the Chinese to our people. They give it away. And you're talking about you care about the poor and vulnerable in our country? How can you? My God, you're disgusting.
Indeed. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, my brothers, and how you all doing?
Hey, quite fine.
Well, this is Kennedy. And as you know, Hard Talk was one of the programs I was very involved in. And I get to call, and they tell me, boy, you think I well, I had class from 9 to 11, so I ain't hear what's going on. But as I put it on, I hear Cammy talking, so I get an indication. But Sheldon Devon, I think I have a responsibility to explain, as I did last night, what has happened. As you all know, I have given NNP my all. Sheldon, you know. Well, I don't know Devon personally, so I can't really talk much about it. But Sheldon,
you know me personally. Trust me, you know me personally.
Well, I can't. To be honest, I can't put a face to the name.
Okay, good.
So next time we meet, but you're not a person that, like Sheldon, I know and talk and I will call and I have your number. You know, I don't have your number. I don't really know you at that level. But I think that you all need to appreciate my reality. Is that while I have tried with NNP, NNP has showed me, and in particular with regards to the health sector, that they're not interested in my contribution. In June of 2013, that is almost 5 years ago, when I was on the Committee for National Health Insurance, I did a presentation to the committee which I can share with you or anybody else. And I told them, I said, National Health Insurance is very important. I have been working on this for my professional life. I believe that we are at the stage now where the new thinking is universal health coverage, of which National Health Insurance is an integral part. My committee told me that we cannot focus on the big picture. Our mandate is focusing on National Health Insurance. And that is part of the problem. We are not taking health in an integrated way. So I tried to say, well, okay, let us do what we have to do. In June of 2015, when the report was presented to Cabinet, I stood up and I told the Cabinet that while this report says this, I also believe that we have to look at the big picture. Health is about integrating everything to create a synergy. Well, up to the time we delivered the report, we did not speak to the health workers. The health workers are the one who run in the system. We have to involve them.
But let me ask a question, because I heard the entire story before. Is your entire issue with the New National Party simply because you believe that you were supposed to do something, or you were supposed to get something, you didn't get that, you didn't do this, and that's it? Is that it?
No, my brother. On the contrary, I am seeing the stresses people go through with accessing health. For years we've been
my brother, you have aligned yourself with an organization that, one, the very first thing that they did was destroy the health sector in Grenada. Hold on. You have associated
you, and I know you'll give it a chance to respond.
You have now associated yourself with the National Democratic Congress. 1, they got rid of the cancer program. 2, they got rid of the Miracle Eye program. 3, they refused to start phase 2 at the General Hospital. 4, they wouldn't even buy medication. I had my son in the General Hospital under the NDC. You know what they were doing? Washing the IV tubes and putting them to dry in the back of the hospital. And you're telling me that if you're interested in healthcare, that's the organization you'll involve yourself with? My brother, have a good day. Yeah. 4407377. No. You're not making any sense.
347-329-3101.
You're not making any sense. So let's end the conversation. You're not making any sense. You see, some people see something as me. So if it's not me doing it, if I'm not involved, then it can't be going in the right direction. Yeah? They wouldn't even buy a battery to put in an ambulance that had it parked up in St. Andrew. The NDC would not buy a battery. to put in the ambulance so that the ambulance could have served the people of St. Andrew Devon ally?
Can you watch, man?
Ally?
You can't lie.
They had situation where the ambulance couldn't even get tires under the NDC. You had the dialysis program closed down by the NDC, and you gonna try and tell me, that by associating with that organization, that you are going to improve healthcare in Grenada? Which organization?
They have done everything in their power to destroy health, housing,
the NDC
in our country.
That people used to be on radio making a beg to get plaster of Paris to put on a child, that to send them up to St. Augustine to go and get plaster of Paris because it had none in the general hospital, not even to put a back slab. And now you gonna come and tell me that by associating with that group of individuals who didn't even see it necessary to ensure that there was an X-ray unit up in St. Andrew, and that you're putting the facility in place to do blood testing and other testing in St. Andrew, that group didn't see it important for the people at the big parish to put that in place, to have ultrasound in place for them, where when somebody was sick, you had to put them in an ambulance and drive them from St. Andrew over the Granitang. I had my newborn in my hands coming over the Granitang with a patient vomiting over all his stuff in the ambulance coming over the Granitang. So I ain't saying thing that I know about. So don't come and give me no story because you don't get things your way, that all of a sudden the healthcare system is in a mess and everything is in a mess. You go on in the mess. So stay in the mess. I love you. You're my brother. I have no problem with you. I ain't going and call you no traitor. But don't come and try to sell me that. If you have a personal issue, you have your personal issue. Maybe my ego doesn't allow me to have that personal issue, but you have it. Yeah? Don't try and give that impression. The NDC should be the last political organization in the region to speak about healthcare. Last. Why you think you ain't hearing Ann Peters up to now? Where is Ann Peters?
She know how it was difficult to get anything for health under the former finance minister. You understand? Well, look, NDC treated health as if they were throwing this card in garbage. They never considered people seriously when it comes to health. They never even did the same thing in housing.
The last set of people to get anything. Imagine you had nurses, the NDC administration, the same people you go on stage with yesterday. You had nurses that were trained and should have been absorbed in the service since 2008 that were not absorbed by the NDC administration. Some of them come and was asking for work at the side of the road. They didn't mind working travel. Qualified nurses. How many nurses did the NDC take in? How much training was given to doctors to improve their ability to provide the service, retraining and so on for doctors? But you come in and tell me that the NDC is the organization to associate with when it comes to healthcare? Not here. Serious, I ain't tolerating it.
My brother, I could understand you going on a NDC platform because your brother is a chairman.
I could understand that.
I could understand that because family loyalty.
Don't try and sell me that.
But you can't sell that to the Grenadian people that an NDC party or administration will do better for health or even housing in this country. Come on, you got to be sick. Look at their track record when it comes to health. It speaks for itself. In 4 years, they destroyed health in this country.
And this wouldn't even fix a health center.
Come on. The last 2 health centers that were built or even repaired, right, was the one in Poetry and the one in Paraclete. And that was done by Honorable Roland Bola.
And the thing is, Roland Bollard organized for that one in Poetry, and the actual building took place during the period of the NDC. Yeah, I think the contractor was this chap out of Carriacou and that sort of thing.
Fact.
So it was not NDC project.
No.
In fact,
what have you guys done?
Let's go back to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome.
Seriously. Don't come and sell me that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Oh boy, I think I may have made a mistake. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Doc.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No, I listened to what this guy said, and it's obvious he's disgruntled because he didn't get things his way.
But that is
and I
obviously...
think that is petty and immature.
So because they don't get in your way,
yes,
you disassociate and you're gone.
So for that you switch?
Yeah.
But I can't follow he.
No, but I have no problem with somebody wanting to make a switch, you know. Yeah, if they want to make a switch, make a switch.
Well, it's your prerogative.
Don't try to embarrass my intelligence
by
trying to tell me that you go into an organization that care about healthcare. Not them. People died because they disrupted the dialysis program. You had to go through a process where they had to move from one location to the other. And there were people that did not receive proper treatment. They died under that NDC administration. You had a cancer program with Dr. Nimitali. St. Vincent snap him up. They got rid of Dr. Nimitali, and they're going to tell me they care about healthcare? No. Somebody else to go tell that, not me. Wrong program. All right, my dear. Sorry for being so long-winded. Sorry about that. Somebody else will tell that. No, not me.
It's I mean, my friend, I'm just wondering how someone like you could be. I mean, and you are Grenadian. It's your right.
I have no problem with that, but don't insult my intelligence.
As a Grenadian, you have the right to share your message, right? But my friend, you better think twice as to who you're selling it for.
Don't
Good morning and welcome.
Sheldon,
yes, sir.
Remember couple sessions ago, couple mornings ago, I told you, I said, anybody leave NNP and the leadership of Dr. Mitchell is because they didn't get what they wanted. That is one of them. I keep telling people, these people are nothing good. That is one of them. All right,
my brother. Good morning.
So because you're not in charge of the process, it means that the process can't go right? No, that's egotistical, childish. Yeah, but it's not me that's saying it. You want to know what program you could go on and talk that? The person who talking here could go on their program. Let me hear that. Let me see. Wait, where that go? No, let me get it from the start, man. Let me show you what program.
Rodel Date, good morning to you, sir.
Let me show you what program to go on.
Kennedy Roberts is not trusted. He can't be trusted. And there is no trust with Kennedy Roberts in the party. Persons within the party do not trust the individual. They might be afraid to say it because they might end up like me, where I would lose my job or they would lose their job, and there would be a move to spoil that individual's reputation and career. But as it stands now, he's not trusted within the party.
He says, as it stands now,
yeah, it's not me saying that, you know. I just do a radio program too, but it's not me saying that. Try that with them, not with me. Yeah, that's how them ended up out. I know what took place in the executive that day. You know? Yeah.
I was just reminded there were human elevators during NDC time in the hospital.
Yeah, there's able-bodied men.
Able-bodied men.
I keep wondering. Where's Ann Peters?
Oh, she's happily in retirement.
Where's Auntie Ann?
Auntie Ann, good morning to you, and I hope you enjoying your retirement and so from politics and so, and hey, I wish you all the best.
All right, 440-7377.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Wow.
Okay, probably that person getting 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and
347-329-3101. Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I was in a meeting when a rally, I could call it, with the Morris Bishop time, when Kaunda told Morris Bishop that his enemy is in his footstool, but he didn't understand. I would like you to play the clip when the Prime Minister said he will unmask the masked men and they are traitors. I would like you to play that clip.
All right, my dear.
All right, thank you.
Have a good morning.
Still trying to understand where you're going with that one, but anyhow. Right. 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside.
347?
Then I wasn't specific. I don't even know which one of the prime ministers you're talking about.
3101.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
brother.
morning.
Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, boy. You kind of low, but I low too.
Yeah, go right ahead, man. We're hearing you properly.
Yeah, but listen to me. They have a mess in Las Vegas, man, with the posters and them. You know, all them men do what they climb up the pole and just rip down all the posters, man. You understand?
It's sad.
This is not nice.
Yeah, it's dumb as far as I'm concerned.
This is not nice, my brother. And I mean, I don't understand why they do that. You know, I mean, you go to have a meeting and you just, you know, Grenada belong to all of them. All right, bro.
Yes,
All right.
thank you.
But you know what? The more
Again.
posters you tear down, the more we put up.
But let's just say this again, because we want it to be very clear, the viewpoint of the new National Party when it comes to this thing. Do not go around pulling down people's posters. And we're saying it to all sides. Yeah? Because some people might feel it's the NNP pulling down posters, only to find out it's not the NNP pulling down the posters. Some people might find it's the NDC, only to find out it's not the NDC pulling it down.
Exactly.
Don't pull down the posters. According to one guy, it's so kind of... Yeah, it's just... it's just
so
difficult to find a word to
yeah.
describe it. I fail to see how it benefits your political organization to be doing something like that.
And you gotta hide
Fail
to do
to
it.
see.
And you gotta hide to tear down the poster. If you brave and bold and everything, just go around the tongue and just tear down poster. But when you have to hide to do certain things, that shows that how a big coward you are.
Yeah, I fail to understand.
Don't do it.
Why would you go around and do something like that? Yeah? Why would you do something like it's not on your property?
No, it's not.
But you go about and you pull it. If it's on your property and you didn't give somebody permission to put it on
Then,
your
hey,
property,
so
that's a
be it.
difference.
Yeah, that's a different kettle
But
of fish.
I mean, I still don't understand that.
But
Just
hey, you know what?
the mindset of being able to go around and do that, can't conceive it, can't understand it.
And I would never support it. Never support it.
440-7377.
347
double check the
329.
overseas
Good
line.
morning, Brother Scott and Brother Romain.
Good morning.
How you all guys doing?
We're good.
Last night I was looking at the program in the rally at Tempe. So my husband just slide the phone, the channel to see, you know, NDC thing. And to my great surprise, nothing but saying that Kit Mitchell around the country for 18 years and he don't want to give it up to people who want to run it better. I just took him out because I don't want to hear this man talk. Because all we talking about is lie, I hate everything in his face. Yeah, 18 years Kit Mitchell around the country and he don't want to give it up. So you take care, guys, and do the wonderful work you all doing.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, my friend. Wow.
Listen, I didn't realize that the only person voting in a general election is Dr. the Right Honorable
Yes.
Keith Mitchell.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he's the only person casting a ballot. The mere concept of that is so dotish. The mere concept of making a statement like that. And I would have to be one of the biggest dummy in Dumbland to allow anybody to insult my intelligence like that. Because the Grenadian people are the ones that make the decision who they will let lead their country. One individual doesn't make that decision. It's a collective decision that we as Grenadians will be making once again on March the 13th. We make that decision. So it's not one man decide that he wants to be in charge of a country. It's not one man decide that he wants to be the prime minister. It's not one man doesn't make that decision.
You want
We
to rule
all-
by default.
Exactly. We all make that decision. But
What?
if the NDC were not so lazy and lying and leaderless, they would get up and do what they need to do and stop trying to look out for the licking that come in the direction.
But he should be the last person saying that you started fighting for power, right, since NDC got into office in 2008. So continue fighting. Why Dr. Mitchell had to give it up to you? The people of Grenada see it fit that he is competent, he is the best person at this point in time to lead Grenada, and they elect him, not you. Or you think people mad or crazy to go and put...
No, it's
I mean-
it's a simple concept. This is not dictatorship. Nobody ain't come and take government by force of arms.
No.
Nobody was born king of a country or born Prince so-and-so, soon to be king or queen, so-and-so.
Yes.
This is a democracy. We make a collective decision for who we want to run our country. We have decided that the best person, for all those years mentioned, the majority of Grenadians decided that the best person to do so was Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. And I dare say that the majority of Grenadians will again make that same decision again when the 13th of March comes along.
Without a doubt.
Yeah? Let's go back to the phone lines.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome.
Morning.
Morning, Devon.
Good morning, my friend.
Morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
Morning to girl. I mean, I have to take a laugh at this one, boy. That I can't believe this. Let me say this. A true champion never wants a trophy handed to him. You understand? A true champion always wants to beat the reigning champion. So he can boast and brag he beat the best. But here it is now, your man crying, asking the champion to let him get a win too. No. What sort of champion is that? That's a champion with no heart. I mean, that's a champion with no heart. Who would want to support a champion like that? Nah, I can't believe this. No.
Cry, baby, cry.
I mean, anybody who involved in sports or anything where you compete, you don't want nothing handed to you. You don't want nothing handed to you. You want to know you beat the existing champion for that. That is what it's all about. For you to say, let you get a chance to win, that's crazy. Man.
The man surrender, he give up already, you know.
What? I can't believe this one, but I can't believe this one. Man asking for a win, you know.
Oh God, that's how lazy.
Yeah, guys are okay.
All right, brother. That's
imagine they did a whole song saying if you carry on the country, give it to them. Yeah. Not they're going to fight and try and win it, you know, give it to them. That's how lazy they is. Give it to them. If they carry it, give it to them.
And they're so bold-faced how NNP freed Nazim. Yeah, the people are agreeing that
everybody freed him.
The leadership of Nazim. But they're scared of it because they understood what they got while he was finance minister. Could they trust him to be leader of this country? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Because Grenadians understand leadership qualities is not the best thing Nazim Burke has going for him at all. I mean, can you imagine that you want to, at the top, I mean, jobbing in the country and you begging for it?
Listen, when we Grenadians go to the polls on the 12th, the 13th, when we go to the polls on the 13th, we will be making a decision for who we want as the leadership of our country.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be making that decision. Yeah? Nobody didn't come and just walk into the office a day and come and put on the suit, the briefcase and say, I am the Prime Minister. Stop giving people that impression and stop being lazy. You, Mr. Nazim, stop being lazy. Do something anyway.
Be a more competent gentleman.
But let's just be certain what's going on here. We do know that they want you to lose. Yeah, you might be very surprised to hear that, Mr. Book.
Yeah, they really want you to lose.
There are people extremely close to you that want you to lose.
Yeah. See?
And they have their reason that they want you to lose. Because they believe that they would be better in leadership than you.
Of course.
Now, they have done the analysis, and I could say this openly now. They have done the analysis. And they realize that one of the main albatross around the neck at the NDC, one of the main block of concrete that take them down to the bottom, was an individual by the name of Victor Nazim Burke. And that's not just in St. George Northeast. That's in every single polling division in the state of Grenada. Yeah? That individual was one of the main reasons behind the loss of the NDC and the way that they mishandled the economy and kindled the infighting within the NDC was one of the main reasons that the NDC lost 15-0 in 2013.
Yep. Again.
That's what some of your own people understand. Even if you may not understand it, they understand it. Hence the reason that so far, every single ad that's being circulated, none of them have focused on any of the other candidates. Only on Senator Burke. Well, Mr. Burke no. Only on Mr. Burke. That's the only person that the NDC have done ads on. Because they are trying to rebuild his image. They are trying to build an image for him. Yeah? Show him as competent. How could you be competent when the economy tanked under your leadership? The economy of Grenada crashed, bong way. Under your leadership.
Mash up. It reached so bad that you can't even pay the workers who working for the state.
We have a new
money late.
One man was reminding me just last night that it was a Christmas. They get their salary Christmas Eve.
Oh boy.
Christmas Eve. That's when some of the workers got their salary Christmas Eve.
And with no explanation. How can you treat the people of your country like that?
Because we do know that there's such a thing as an NDC month. And an NDC month does run about 42, 45 days long. So, you know, you have an NDC month. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you're live. You're live, caller. Pay attention to the phone line.
Hello, morning.
Morning. Yes, pay attention to the phone and go right ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Speak to us on the phone line.
Eh?
Yes, go ahead, caller. You're live.
Okay, good morning, Brother Sheldon and Brother Devon.
Good morning, my dear.
And I'd just like to tell Brother Sheldon, I'm glad how he handled Mr. The man really NNP and he gone over to NDC. I just like how he handled him.
Okay, my
and I'll have a blessed day and keep up the good work.
All right, my dear. Thank you.
Yeah. And listen, and we end into this thing about calling people traitor and this kind of thing. NNP people, we have class. So we ain't going down that road and call nobody no traitor and thing.
Yeah, and all kind of
thing. What we don't like for ourselves, we don't want for others. So nobody go and call the man traitor and all kind of thing.
Yeah, he's a Grenadian.
But
right?
Yeah, he has a right to support his political organization.
And especially, he has a right to support his family. I mean, blood is thicker than water. if his brother is the chairman of the NDC, then it's okay and it's by right, you know, for him to support and give all the support. But Mr. Burke, I'm warning you. But you know what? I ain't taking no part because all of it is. Oh God, Lord, I shouldn't say that.
Let me leave that right there. Let's go back to the phone line. Right, yeah. Let me take a phone call.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen. May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Go right ahead.
The same way you have the Marco bench, at a certain time, I think you should have a cry baby. So all the people that crying, then you should play the cry baby certain times for them. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, my boy. That's a very good suggestion.
But I'm going to cry baby. Let me keep we bench.
They keep on crying. Imagine a political leader will be begging for another political leader to give him power.
Wow. Hey,
but join the NNP, boss. Come in. The house is big enough.
Let's give some breaking news. And you know, usually, even though I get news, I don't usually say it on air unless I've confirmed. But I have confirmed that there's a fire at the Frequente Industrial Park. The Calico building is on fire.
Oh.
Yeah, Calico building. My good friend, and is a person I could always go and talk to on anything Kenny Lal Singh. Yes, his place in Frequente is on fire. All right, so I really feel it for the workers and so on down there. That's the first thing that's come to mind. Yeah. The workers and so. But knowing Kenny is a resilient guy.
Very resilient.
He's a resilient. I'm worried for him. Yeah, I know he's a resilient guy. He knows how to handle.
And this happened at a time when he's undergoing some new improvements and expansion of his business in St. Andrews.
Yeah, so I've just got it from more than one source, so that's the only reason I've said it. Yeah, so the Calico building is on fire in Frequente Industrial Park. Wow. All right, 4407377.
347 329 3101.
Yes, indeed. Yes, folks. Yeah, and remember, this Saturday, there's going to be a meeting in Marion. The Honorable Gregory Bowen, he'll be in Marion this Saturday. As for the others, as I remember, as I get the document in hand, I'm supposed to get a document this morning. I didn't get it yet. But as soon as I have it in hand, we'll let you all know which meeting, where and when.
And just a reminder, St. Andrews Northeast, the meeting scheduled for this afternoon close to the cemetery in Tivoli has been cancelled until further notice. Okay. Good morning and welcome.
And how are you, darling?
We're fine.
How are you behaving?
Well, not bad.
You're not behaving bad?
No.
I seen the smoke gulping in grounds there. I was wondering we're burning.
Yeah, Calico.
Because the announcement not realize that.
Yes, you know.
Rarely we have seen it.
Okay.
You understand? Tell me something. I hear them talking about how the government increasing tax. I not all never remind them how much tax people are paying dead people a few years ago when they was in power.
Yeah.
Eh?
Oh boy.
You almost remind them that I pay almost 900 tax for a dead and to bury a dead.
You see, you have so much of things, bad things they did to the Grenadian people. We can't remember everything, eh?
You understand?
Yeah, so you know that time.
About tax, we want the people let us money, but we don't want to pay tax in your own country.
You know what? If it's one thing NDC have done for Grenada in 4.5 years, they have brought more distress than anything else to the average Grenadian.
Hey.
Anyhow, have a good morning.
Yes, darling.
Take care.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, and I'm not afraid to say that. During that period, 2008 to February 2013, Grenadians went through hell. It was one of the most trying, difficult, and frustrating time in our political history. I mean, oh my God.
I think we've got a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
The way Mr. Kennedy Robert talked yesterday, is like he's sure and they're winning March 13th. He tell everybody be wisely and make sure they put their X and vote out NNP on March 13th. So he's sure about that.
Well, good for him.
Okay, you have a good day. Thank you.
Okay, my
All
dear.
right.
Well, imagine that he couldn't sell, Lord, I don't know, 2 hours, half a dozen and 6. But I know.
You know when I go on quiet is something I'm searching for. Nice. Yeah.
I know the brothers connection, Mr. Bucky in trouble.
Now, well, let me play something for them. Let me see. What's going on here? What's going on here? Right. Let me see. Let me see. No. What is making that noise here? Oh, okay. Right now. Think I have it there? Nice. Good.
I know.
You know when I go on quiet is something I'm searching for. Nice. No. Let's get rid of that. Nice. Let's get rid of that and let's get the proper thing. This is from 66 Newsnight on the 2nd of March 2010.
Wow.
Yeah, my memory kind of long.
Funeral homes in Grenada say the 15% value-added tax imposed by government is too much for them to bear, and the concerns by poor people who use the service is not good.
Government has imposed a 15% value-added tax on the services of funeral homes, but most people are saying that it is too much to pay to bury the dead. Funeral homes are stating that the increase is too much at this time, and while they are not in opposition to government efforts to gain revenue, they are asking for a lowered rate. Manager of Otway Bailey Funeral Home, Clinton Bailey, says he has survived 1 month of the process but is not sure how much longer people would be able to afford the services.
We've been having a lot of complaints, but as I say, it's a transition stage. It's the first month has passed, and plenty complaints. Everybody saying, oh, why we had to pay VAT on the dead, why we had to pay VAT on this. VAT, as is said, VAT is for everyone, and it's on services. On my personal opinion, it could have been 10%.
He says the cost is tabulated on the services, but if one opts to do some work on their own, such as dig graves, that cost will fall on the individual.
A normal funeral, about $6,500. You're looking at least about $7,000, about $900 in VAT. That's $900 extra they have to put on there. And the thing is, the government is always owing you. So they are using your money to operate, if I may say that. I hope I don't get stamped in the drain for this, but if you check it out, government will always be owing you money, and every month, it rolls over and rolls over. They're using your money to run the government.
Manager of Wayne's Funeral Home, Wayne Archibald, also expressed similar views.
I've spoken to people around the world and so on, and they're very surprised that they have a tax on the dead. So 15%, there should be no tax. But then if there should be a tax, then there should be a little bit less than 15%. You see, this is causing, hardships to the families.
This citizen says he too would appreciate some sort of decrease in the amount being paid to bury the dead.
My view about it, they could go a little 10, and next year they go the 15, right? And then, because things are slow, the economy is down.
Funeral homes say they have been forced to make increases of over $900 in value-added tax to some coffins. Eugenia Peters, CC6 Newsnight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a refresher.
Yeah.
2010.
Yeah, that was the Lazarus tax.
Yeah. People are afraid to death. Serious. Sometimes when they see the family crying back in 2010, when they see the family crying, half is for the deceased and half is for the money they have to find to bury them.
Imagine that. Oh, that was ridiculous.
And $900 extra, so you're crying at the person dead, and half of the cry is, oh gosh, how we're burying them. That was under the NDC. When they're talking about tax, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell didn't tax the dead.
Ooh.
And if you're asking about tax, okay, let's look at the taxes. I was in Parliament. I was one of the people that passed many of these measures that they keep talking about. Oh, taxation killing them, taxation killing them. The average Grenadian, let's look at the average person working for a salary about $2,500. Let's look at that as a $2,500. I'm not saying that's the average salary. Let's just say we're looking at a person like that. What taxes are they paying?
Zitch.
They ain't paying income tax.
Nope.
Right? They're not paying income tax. They pay VAT on goods and services. That was instituted by Nazim Burke, not the NNP. So the tax that they are paying, that is the value-added tax on goods and services, was not instituted by the new National Party, but was put in place in 2010 by Nazim Burke. What we passed in Parliament that person might have to pay. Increase fees for land tax. Yes, they would have to pay that. What else would that person have to pay, really? When you really look at it.
Firearm license.
The average person doesn't have a firearm. There are very few people that have to pay a firearm license. So that person more than likely will not have to pay that. I don't think that they have a yacht. I don't think they bought a yacht or anything, so they don't have to pay that tax. Does that individual have property? And I'm talking about what taxes we actually put in place here. So people who bring in yachts and so, we added a tax, especially for those kind of things. Or if you want to bring in a big expensive vehicle, not the Mercedes Benz and all these kind of big expensive vehicles, then there's a tax that was put in place for those sort of things. If you have a property or properties that earn you over $10,000 a month in rentals and that sort of thing. So if you have various properties, you have different buildings, and in total, the amount of money each month you gain from that is over $10,000, we put a tax on that. So this person who is earning $2,500 does not qualify there. So tell me, who taxed them? Who taxed them? Who has put the burden? Because every time you go to the supermarket and you're paying that VAT, that was Mr. Burke. That's not us.
And then we have to understand, too, a majority of Grenadians are not, in my view, working for $3,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there you see a majority of working Grenadians are being exempted from taxes. Right? I mean, so, but they are desperate.
Somebody say play it again.
They are desperate.
Somebody just
homes in Grenada say the 15% value-added tax imposed by government is too much for them to bear, and the concerns by poor people who use the service is not good.
Government has imposed a 15% value-added tax on the services of funeral homes, but most people are saying that it is too much to pay to bury the dead. Funeral homes are stating that the increase is too much at this time, and while they are not in opposition to government efforts to gain revenue, they are asking for a lowered rate. Manager of Otway Bailey Funeral Home, Clinton Bailey, says he has survived 1 month of the process, but is not sure how much longer people would be able to afford the services.
We've been having a lot of complaints, but as I say, it's a transition stage. It's the first month has passed, and plenty complaints. Everybody saying, why we had to pay VAT on the dead, why we had to pay VAT on this. VAT, as is said, VAT is for everyone, and it's on services. on my personal opinion, it could have been 10%.
He says the cost is tabulated on the services, but if one opts to do some work on their own, such as dig graves, that cost will fall on the individual.
A normal funeral, about $6,500. You're looking at least about $7,000, about $900 in VAT. That's $900 extra they have to put on there. And the thing is, the government is always owing you. So they are using your money to operate, if I may say that. I hope I don't get stamped in the drain for this, but if you check it out, government will always be owing you money. And every month, it rolls over and it rolls over. They're using your money to run the government.
Manager of Wayne's Funeral Home, Wayne Archibald, also expressed similar views.
I've spoken to people around the world and so on, and they're very surprised that they have a tax on the dead. So 15%, there should be no tax. But then, if there should be a tax, then there should be a little bit less than 15%. You see, this is causing, hardships to the families.
This citizen says he too would appreciate some sort of decrease in the amount being paid to bury the dead.
My view about it, they could go a little 10, and next year they go the 15, right? And then, because things are slow, the economy is down.
Funeral homes say they have been forced to make increases of over $900 in value-added tax to some coffins. Eugenia Peters, CC6 Newsnight.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't tax the dead.
Even the dead felt it.
Yeah, even the dead afraid Nazim.
Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, Brother Sheldon and Brother Romain, how are you going?
Not too bad, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Tobago.
Tobago in the house.
I say you there dancing in the street still, man.
Now I'm relaxing. Nah, I ain't dancing. No, what I called to say, I was affected by that same VAT by when my mommy died in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pay almost $2,000 in VAT.
Wow.
And I always say anytime I meet Mr. Buck, I have to tell him I want back my money because that was a cruel act. Because you're taxing the people who die. And that's one of the tax you want to bring back if you get the power. But I tell him that power, you'll never get that power. I pray every second, every hour, every minute, you can never get that power. Because you want to advantage poor people. You understand what I'm saying? Almost $1,800 and something dollars I pay in VAT by auto. That same me and Clinton. I went there and pay my money. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So if they feel they go come back to put VAT and dead again, tell them they're getting it wrong.
Right? The dead will rise on them. All right, my brother.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Imagine, Sheldon, even the dead felt the impact of the former finance minister, Nazim Buck, Even them felt it. Imagine, people, you hear the stories.
Man, it was not easy. So when I want to talk about tax, we could have that discussion.
Yes, we will have that discussion.
We could have that discussion of who imposed the more draconian tax measures. Yeah? Because I'm positive that the NNP didn't tax the dead.
The dead felt it. Wow.
We did not tax the dead.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Sheldon Devon, good morning.
Hey, what?
Yes, sir.
I miss it this time, though.
Yeah. Your brethren here this morning. Listen to me. On March 13th, Dr. Mitchell go finally set the record as the greatest politician to ever grace that out in the Caribbean. Not in Grenada, in the entire Caribbean. I say this to say, this brother called this morning and trying to justify why he went on another platform. Brother, you do what you do. We don't have a problem with you. We wish you all the best.
Exactly.
On the other side. But I say this to say, and Sheldon, you know that many times fingers were pointed at this brother when he was in the camp of the NNP.
But the reason that a certain man...
What Dr. Mitchell did, he leave him there. Leave him. When people have their own agenda, there is a way they're going to hang themselves. There is a way. They're like a long guy. You just got to give them line. Give them line. They're going to run. They're going to swallow. This is a brother that didn't even win his seats yet. And he come to me and tell me he's going to challenge Dr. Mitchell for leadership of the party. He don't even win his seat yet. Dr. Mitchell put him as caretaker of a constituency. And he felt he have all the power. He was there with us. He know the problem. He know the problem with health when NDC was there. Kennedy knows that. And to come and trying to justify that they could fix it. I mean, something wrong with this guy here? I don't understand. He knows what was the problem in the general hospital. And talking about he put one proposal and whatnot. When you have your own agenda, brother, when you have your own agenda, stay on your own agenda. Yeah. Don't come and try to justify why you jump over. I want to congratulate the youth. Oh my God. And a wonderful event. The young people event. You see where the youth and them there? You see where the youth and them there? The youth and them was in Tempe. Tempe. And you ain't all there, no?
Yeah, those there. Yes, indeed.
But the youth ain't making no joke, you know.
So, how come this morning they jolly? They jolly this morning that they had a former NNP candidate on their platform. Sheldon, the man was the keynote speaker on the platform. You think NNP could bring in a look how many, not how much, you know. Look how many we brought over from the NDC. Look how many.
Hundreds.
Look how many who have executive position, who running right now, and who they in the loophole to excel in the house of the new national party. The house. We house solid and the pillar strong. We welcome all of them into the house. But they rejoicing this morning. All the time they calling Peter and them traitor. No, this morning Kennedy is Jesus Christ for them. Kennedy is Jesus Christ for them. The same man they say that they cannot trust. We cannot trust him. They call him all kind of name in the election. They call him Potterfoot. They call him all kind of name. And he's in bed with them now. I happy, and I want to tell you, I like the way how you deal with the matter this morning. And we go continue to keep moving. And we go move Grenada forward come March 14.
Yes.
Enjoy the rest of the day, my brother.
All right. One love.
440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside.
347-329-3101.
No Thomas doing a not. And not easing up nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see, it is so important. Look, we all Grenadians. If I decide to leave a particular political organization or even to leave my home and go, is my business. I choose to do it. It's a democracy.
And nobody would vex you if you want to
go. No, you go. No vex to me. But no,
you just hear us cussing Terry Forrester.
For what?
You just hear us cussing Jocelyn Whiteman.
For what?
No, we don't be here cussing nobody.
But you just hear them cussing Devon Romain.
Terry's my partner. If I see Terry somewhere, I still shake Terry's hand.
Exactly.
Terry's my partner.
But listen to them NDC.
Jocelyn Whiteman is a man I respect. Yes, he's doing a wrong thing and he is lying to the people of St. David when he go around telling them I vote for him as I vote for the NNP. We understand that. We know that. Yeah. But we are different to the NDC. And here's the difference, Devon. Let me look at something. When you look at the people, the one or two who were in the NNP and now associate themselves with the NDC, it's some kind of personal thing.
Something they had.
The one who blabbing on radio was thrown out of the executive over the same individual that graced the platform yesterday. That was the whole story.
I see they're going to go and cry before they throw him out.
Then they lift him up and put him out. Yeah. So it's personal thing with them. But look at the people who were thrown out from the NDC or who have disassociated themselves with the NDC because they see the new National Party as the vehicle to move Grenada forward, not to move themselves forward because they want to be a minister of health, or they want to be in charge of this program, or they want to be in charge of that program, because they see the new National Party unified team as the way of moving our country forward. That is the people who you see coming to the new National Party. Peter David didn't need to come into politics. Peter David could have stayed and operate a law firm. But he came into politics to provide service to the people of Grenada.
Make no mistake about that.
And when you check his philosophy of how he deals with the young people, how he deals with the poor people in Grenada. Some fella say at time he go in court. He ain't no lawyer, you know. So he up before the magistrate. He say, up come Pedro. Pedro just come and he just take over the thing one time. He say, oh, I'm representing this young man. And so he said, don't even know his name, you know, but he just take over. And he come and he start to represent him because he see a poor person child there.
That's a human instinct,
and
man.
you go by the courthouse at any point in time. It's poor people children that's in the courthouse, but you don't hear any Claudette Joseph representing any poor people children.
Nah, Zimbok, you hear him on the
He has a law degree. You don't hear he representing any poor people children.
You don't hear him.
But they're running them out on somebody else because you know why? Poor people benefiting. Anytime anything is benefit to poor people,
they vex.
The NDC gave up 1,000 houses. Who did 1,000 houses was going to?
Poor people.
They are not like other people who might have 3 and 4 houses. They're not like that. Poor people can't afford that. Yeah?
People can't go down in Lansapine and Wester Hall and them kind of things and build big
yeah,
houses.
They can't afford that.
They can't.
But the 1,000 houses from the Chinese would have been for poor people.
Exactly.
And they give it up.
They give away that.
They give it up because why? It's for poor people. You have the Imani program. Poor people children in the Imani program. Poor people children getting an opportunity to get a certification, to get training, to get permanent employment, to start their own business. They are against the program. They tried their very best over 5 years to make the word Imani a bad word. That's what they did. You know it. I know it. We heard it. They tried their very best to make the word Imani a bad word. For the last 5 years, that's what they've been doing. Why? Imani program is a program for poor people children. So it's wrong. So if you are championing the cause of poor people children, like a Peter David, or if you come from poor stock, like a Emlyn Pierre, or a Dr. Keith Mitchell, they hate you. They don't like you. That's the kind of attitude that they have. There must be no benefit to poor people as far as they are concerned.
At all.
You understand? That is why you have to call them the GNP.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, some of them...
we're doing the GNP.
Some of them, they're wicked to their own self too, you know. Imagine, some of them don't even have a house, and they in government, they don't even have a house, you know, but they're giving away 1,000 houses that even them and their family could benefit from. That's how wicked, and that's how they think.
And who was using the general hospital when it had no medication? You think if Minister of Finance Nazimburg, that used to make big businessmen come and sit down outside the Ministry of Finance for the entire day and say, I'm in a meeting. And they have to sit down outside there and he passed them 3 and 4 times. Oh, I'll meet with you in a while, in a meeting until afternoon time, they get fed up and they go. You think if he had a medical issue that he was going to the general hospital?
No.
No. Just jump in a plane and go. So he didn't care if the hospital had medication because who using it? Poor people.
Exactly.
Plus Paris and so on, they could have go and afford to go in St. Augustine if they have that problem. Or jump a plane and they go to Barbados or Trinidad or the States or wherever and take care of themselves. But the services that were being offered through the medical facilities around our island are mainly used by poor people. But they have a problem for that. They have a problem with that.
If they could go so far as to deny, and I keep saying it, deny the Grenadian people, right, an extra health facility, a building, excuse me, that would have bring more health benefit to the people of Grenada, even themselves. They deny the country of that. Look at it now. It's almost completed and fully fitted. with equipment to serve the poor people of Grenada. That is what
always,
NDC
the
couldn't do.
NDC seems to always have a conceptual problem with any program that brings relief to poor people in Grenada.
They don't like that.
They speak about the free school book program, but they don't tell you that they took out the uniform program.
They ain't saying
Yeah,
that.
they ain't talking about that. They're talking about free school book program, but they ain't talking about that the uniform program disappeared.
It disappeared.
That was gone.
Yep.
Kaput. That was nowhere around.
Uniform, and most of the assistance they used to give to the children going to school financially.
And when poor people children end up in Morocco and end up in a problem, the response was what?
We didn't send them.
We didn't send them there.
In Mexico, the students in Mexico, Morocco,
We didn't send them there.
We didn't send them there. It's not their business. A government,
Poor people children,
And now
poor people children.
Now you have that former Minister of Education want to say she putting herself up for office to represent poor people children. My God, you didn't thinking about poor people children when you was Minister of Education?
No, Dabo people could tell you what she tell them. I ain't gonna go down there. I ain't gonna go into details.
We go into that details
but
right
Dabo
now.
people could tell you what they tell them.
They don't
go
like...
take your licks up by Greg. Don't move on us. Stay there. Nomination day, make sure you get nominated. And the nomination office is not by Greg and Labrie. Yeah? You know you cannot mix up the places. These days. Right, yeah. But yeah, don't worry. You go handle your update. We go handle your update.
We know you see a lot of people around by Greg office and thing, and
yeah, we go handle your
yours
update.
kind of empty. But
stay and take your licks update.
Stay and take it.
But it always seems to be a problem. You bring school bags for poor people children is a problem. You do a Christmas treat for poor people children. You give them a little toy and so it's a problem. Anything you do that benefits the elderly people of Grenada, people in their 70s and 80s, who work travel, who build road, who pick cocoa, who go and pick up nutmeg, who did all these things to keep the state of Grenada floating for many decades. That same Nazimburg cut off the water as Minister of Finance. Remove these poor people again, These were not people that had pile of money. These were not people that were multi-millionaires. These people wasn't even thousandaires, much less millionaires. But they cut off the water and then take a set of them off of the poor relief.
But remember also too...
Again, poor people.
Yeah. Remember also too, Senator Chester Humphrey said it. The CCC workers, over 300 of them, lost their work because of who?
Again.
Former Finance Minister Nazimburg torpedoed the deal and run CCC out of the country.
Remember, he even said when it came to getting the salary increases for the lowest paid workers in Grenada, like the security workers and so on.
From $4 to $8 or $7.
Himself and Glennis had to basically fight tooth and nail.
Imagine that.
To get it raised because the same individual again, who is presently the political leader of the NDC, they have a thing against
poor people.
Seeing poor people achieve anything. That is what they have. They have a problem. Anything to benefit or to help poor people, to lift them and raise them out of poverty, is a problem. Devon, I think we're out of time.
Yeah,
we talk and we didn't check the time.
We didn't check the time. We really apologize to all the stations for jumping a little bit, but it was necessary.
Yeah, we had to say what we had to say.
We can't keep it.
Yeah.
You understand? We
can't
really
sit
can't
down.
keep it.
I can't keep it.
You can't sit down. We had to keep moving.
Yes.
Right.
So, folks, that's all the time we've got for Hard Talk today. I'd like to thank all the stations for remaining with us. It's been a wonderful morning. And again, oh boy, my sympathies to the staff down there at Calico. Down in Frequente. Oh, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. But knowing Kenny, I'll give Kenny a call.
God knows best.
Knowing Kenny, I know he'll come up with something soon for them. Yeah, all right, folks. So that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with you. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us. And as we always say, it is better to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
We are out of here. And those of you in Carriacou, have a safe carnival.
Yes,
keep it safe and secure.
And those of you in line, stay warm.
Every election campaign is full of old talk and grand promises. Let history be your guide. Is who likely to better perform in government. Election is not about choosing perfect. They are about choosing the best one offer. Vote competent. Vote the NNP.
The quality of the team we have put together for this current general elections is one of my proudest achievements. This Dream 15 is made up of achievers and successful people and of members with a genuine grounding in their communities and inspired by the love they have for people. These are what set this team apart from the so-called alternative. Ours is one of continuity and renewal, and built with a determination to expand opportunities for youth and women. If elections are about choices, which they are, then the choice this election is clearer than in any previous poll. Love wins every time. Care wins every time. Competence wins every time. Performance beats old talk every time.
Scholarship opportunities for Grenadians. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Rakisha St. Louis. 75 Grenadians received scholarship awards Friday during the first ceremony held by the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development for 2018. 68 awards came from the St. George's University in collaboration with the Government of Grenada, and an additional 7 awards were presented by the Grenada-Houston Association in the United States. Education and Human Resource Development Minister Senator Simon Steele spoke to the value of the awards.
Of the 75 awards to be bestowed today, 62 scholarships valued at $21 million are granted by the Government of Grenada in collaboration with St. George's University to study there. 6 island scholarships valued at $1.2 million will be presented, have been presented to recent graduates of TAMCC for their outstanding performance in 2016-2017 examinations. And 7 awards valued at $9,500 will be presented on behalf of the Grenada-Houston Association. I applaud our partners for these awards.
St. George's University awarded 23 undergraduate studies awards, 8 in nursing, 2 in the Masters in Public Health program, 1 in veterinary science, 5 in pre-medicine, and 23 in medicine. Assistant Dean of Enrollment and Planning, Colin Dow, urged recipients to make the best of the opportunity.
The university is extremely proud of its partnership with the Government of Grenada. I will argue that unlike other examples of foreign direct investment, which benefit from tax concessions, the people of Grenada do not have to wonder about the benefits of the taxes they are foregoing through this SGU Government of Grenada partnership. The beneficiaries are in this room.
6 island scholars were also awarded, and 7 secondary school students received academic assistance awards from the Grenada-Houston Association. Providing fair election coverage. This was just one of the many pertinent topics covered during a workshop organized by the Parliamentary Elections Office and MWAG for media workers. The workshop was held on Friday as part of the education process for local media practitioners leading up to the March 13th general elections. It attracted journalists from print, online, and television entities. Acting Supervisor of Elections, Alex Phillip, says the workshop also focused on the important role the media has to play in highlighting other events like Nomination Day.
What we really and truly shared with the media
but there are concerns as to the usage of the facility for the final, well, not the final, but the preliminary results, the night of preliminary results, and the method that we'll be using as we go into the 2018 elections. We also shared about where we are presently in terms of our preparation, and there are many questions as to registration and the various constituencies and so forth. And we are always very happy to share.
President of the Media Workers Association, Kern Mason, is confident that reporters are now ready to provide fair and balanced coverage on before and after Election Day on March 13th.
It was very encouraging to see a lot of the young journalists here, and they were asking questions for probably almost an hour, and the representatives, they were eager to answer the questions, which is very good. And it seems like they are ready, and moving forward, I know that they will be able to maintain composure and report fair, balanced and accurate when it comes to elections coverage.
Participant and second Vice President of MWAG, Deroy Louison, says the session was a timely one that prepares journalists to embrace technology, which is the new media.
The session was a very informative one. It's very important for us as media personnel to know the do's and the don'ts and what exactly will be happening as it relates to the electoral process. So we applaud the Electoral Office for taking the initiative to come and speak to us media people. The level at which we've included technology, the improving technology in this process, because I think we have to keep up with the times, not just as a media but as a society, because new media is a part of us right now, so we have to make full use of it.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Guys, if I ask you what you think is the most deadly or the most dangerous creature on this planet, what are you going to say?
A shark.
Shark.
A lion.
A lion. If I tell you it's a mosquito, what do you think?
Mosquito. A mosquito.
It is a mosquito.
Mosquito bites result in the deaths of more than 1 million people every year. Thriving in humid and damp areas, mosquitoes reproduce quickly. The females lay their eggs in water and water-holding containers. When the pupa changes into adults, they leave the water and become free-flying biting insects. These biting pests can carry a number of diseases. Once you have a mosquito problem, check out your surroundings. It means that the mosquito breeding source is near your home. It is almost impossible to get rid of mosquitoes entirely. However, we can all play our part in controlling the mosquito population. Mosquito control is not solely the responsibility of the Ministry of Health, but it's also the responsibility of every member of the community.
Recognizing the dangers to the environment and the long-term cost to the country, importers of non-biodegradable disposable products are giving their support to a cabinet decision to ban these products. Jerry Malcolm reports on a recent meeting attended by many of these importers.
We are very concerned about what is happening with the landfill and the cost to Grenadians across the board as it becomes
a concern which has led to a cabinet decision to ban non-biodegradable disposable products, products which have been proven harmful to the environment and human health. A meeting was convened recently between importers of these items and the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment.
The importers recommend an incremental approach. So while we have, for example, if I could share with you, the ban on importation proposed is for the following products: styrofoam food containers, plastic shopping bags, the single-use bags, disposable plastic plates, spoons and forks, and the VAT arrangement and also the CSC arrangements are being discussed.
So far, it was a very good meeting, and I hope that we can continue the discussion, because consultation is a very important part in order to implement any policy or legislation on the island.
16 importers attended the meeting, all in favor of the ban.
We started realizing how hazardous plastics are to the environment.
this drastic change will affect almost 3/4 of the company's income, but it's something that we need to do.
The move from non-biodegradable to biodegradable products have financial implications for consumers as well, but the overall long-term cost is expected to be much less.
From last year to this year, on one specific item, the price initially was 500% more than before, and now we brought it down to about 300%, 3 times more. And there is already, by not only negotiating with the suppliers, with constant innovation, the prices are coming down because the entire world is moving in that direction.
Right. These things have been shown very clearly to have a serious impact on our food webs, on our bodies, both directly as well as indirectly. And therefore, the point is we have to make the move.
This policy, in terms of recommendations to address harmful effects of non-biodegradable products on the environment, is not only an environment discussion. It goes also to our fisheries products, the revenue we collect from fisheries, how we protect our marine environment, how we will leave a country that is healthy.
The newly crowned Carriacou Carnival Queen says she is ready to represent the Sister Isle on the big stage for Spice Mass Festival in August. Miss Lauriston Crystal Nichols copped the title at the Carriacou Carnival Queen Show on Thursday night. She gave an impressive showing by also copping individual titles like Best Interview as well as Best Introduction, tying with Miss Rihanna Batiste. She also shares the Best Evening Wear title with Miss Bouchejou Rihanna Batiste and Miss Grenada Sabrina George.
The feeling is very great. I'm very overwhelmed. Trust me, I am.
Yeah. How much are you now looking forward to representing Carriacou and Petit Martinique at Spice Mass 2018?
Well, I will be coming full 100, so let Grenada prepare.
Miss Laurel Hippolyte is the first runner-up and Rihanna Batiste the second runner-up. Now to recap the headlines: more scholarship opportunities for Grenadians. And that's the National Report. I am Rakisha St. Louis.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, 1,265 youth engaged with the GIAP. Between 2014 and 2017, 3,725 youth engaged with the Amani program, with a spend of over $190 million. So let's keep moving. Vote NNP. Vote competence.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, $70 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Between 2014 and 2017, $185 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Vote NNP. Vote competence.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choices. Between 2008 to 2013, the economy regressed every year. Between 2014 to 2017, the economy grew every year. Vote competence. Vote NNP.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.